All right. Good evening, everyone. Please, just to confirm if you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. All right. All right. Okay. So I believe you all know who is speaking. My name is Gaius. You can call me Mr. Gaius. You can call me Gaius, whatever you like. So I would like to welcome you to. I think this is our third officer session. So you're welcome. You can as well just go to the Discord channel and tell everyone, just drop a message that we're about to start coming because exactly 8 p.m. we're out of here. We won't take time today. So I want us to be very productive and efficient as well. So you can just drop a message on the Discord channel telling your peers to join in. We're about to start. And I'll give them, let's say, 5 minutes. So 6:07 will start proper. Thank you. All right. Good evening, everyone. Once again, good evening. I want to start. Okay, I think I'm having my network is lagging, but all right. I think you can hear me, right? If you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up. I didn't see the last reaction. All right, all right. So, so far so good. How has our learning been? How has it been so far? Just tell me in the comment section. Let me know. Our network is bad. Honestly, I really don't know what's been wrong with MTN so far since today. Ololade says it has been great. Not bad, but one thing I'll tell you guys is whatever you do, just be consistent. Just don't give up. You started it, stay to the end. So it's a commitment you have to make. You don't give up, don't back down. Jamiu says not bad. Messi pushing, though it has not been easy. All right. Yeah, I think Mr. Divine, welcome. Good evening. I guess it's the weather too, honestly. I think it's the weather. Maybe even traffic, network traffic, because I noticed that majority of persons that are complaining use MTN. So I don't know if MTN would even work on their network bandwidth since they have more customers. But that's another discussion for another day. Chinasa Grace says, Grace just had a little hold up during what if analysis. All right, we're going to look at all of that. Solomon Joseph, it is great. Mohammed Azan, he said good. Lance Waju, Kugbulenu, very, very good. Yeah. So Emmanuel Kediashi, I can't do my data preparation except file not open. We're going to look at all of that. Just prep your questions and we'll look through your difficulties together and we'll go into our lessons for today proper. Ololade is saying for someone that was on the wrong path, I was able to submit my new project assignment today and almost done with data preparation. Wow, that's good. Now that's dedication right there. Shit to Florence. Learning is smooth, but I'm finding it difficult to understand some things, and MTN has been making the whole thing discouraging. Hmm. Honestly, that's why learning a tech skill in Nigeria is it's not easy. So just keep going, keep going. Don't let anything stop you, network, whatever. Even if you have to climb to the network mast to connect to your lessons, do that. Don't go and shock. Oh, I didn't send you message. I beg. Faith and alcohol has been challenging. Don't worry. It will pay someday. I see. Let me share a short story. Yeah. I don't know if you guys are following me on LinkedIn. So when I started my career as a data analyst, I I started with my phone. I was using my phone. I remember doing R programming with my phone in 2020, I think 2021. No, sorry, 2022 stroke 2023. Yeah, let me just say proper 2023. So it's not even been long. So it just it depends on the amount of work and determination you have. What is plaguing most youth is that they want something that will pay immediately. As you are learning it, you take your certification, you start making money. No, it doesn't work like that. Let your skills marinate. In this tech space, there's so many data analysts. Just prepare yourself. So you have to stand out. You must be good. You must be good. In fact, you must be very good. So it takes time. Just build yourself. So I remember I started with my phone. I was not even discouraged. I remember going on Twitter to apply for giveaways for laptops. That's how bad it was. This is just 2 years ago. But I can now, if I begin to tell you the progress, the growth I've accomplished over the years, just 2 years, you'd be amazed. So it just depends on what you have in you. If you have the grit, so you must be resilient. Don't give up. Don't give up. Sometimes your data, in fact, data camp learning, you need data. Some videos, 720p, 1080p. So you would consume a lot of data. So just sometimes you'll be broke. You use your last card to buy data. Just do it. Just keep going. Don't worry. I'm assuring you that if you stay true to the path, you're going to thank yourself. All right. I think that's enough for the. Just wanted to do all of this on a lighter note. All right. So welcome to your lessons. In today we're going to be looking at very beautiful things. We're going to be learning, increasing our knowledge bank in the analytical world. Let me just wait for this to start recording before I start for the purpose of documentation. So okay, I'm seeing a message. Shehu saying learning is great, even though it's very challenging, especially this mini project. What I think I have understood on the learning platform will be difficult to use on the project. The project was designed to just build upon the knowledge we've gotten from the lessons. I don't know if this person joined our last officer session. We looked through the project together. I don't know if you are there. Miracle Roots Adewumi is saying, learning is smooth, but network too has been amazing. Amazing in quotes. Yeah.
Hi guys. I guess.
Yeah, Mr. Divine. Good evening.
Good evening. Good
Can you hear
morning.
me?
Yeah, good evening. I believe you guys are having an amazing. So I guess Fireflies is really important.
We can't. Your voice is not really clear. We can't really. I don't know if it's your mic.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but it's just fuzzy. But you can go ahead.
How about now?
Yeah,
Can you
yeah. I
hear me?
think it's a little bit. We can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, so I said I think Fireflies is original problem. I just want to say.
I can't. Can you type that out? I don't know. I'm really. Can anybody else hear him? I don't know. I'm struggling to hear you.
Can any other person hear? I guess I'll just type.
Okay, I think it's better now. Yeah, you can speak now.
Oh, I said that I feel like Fireflies is already recorded. Fireflies are already recorded to campus.
Okay, like Fireflies already record, so I can start, right?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that. Okay, so yeah, so we're going to start, but before I go ahead, let me just tell us what we'll be going through today. Before we start, I'm going to take just 2 questions or 3 questions, but I'll still reserve questions for the end of the teaching. But what we're going to look at today, we are looking at pivot analysis. That's the first thing. So brace yourself. We're looking at complex visualizations and pivot tables. Yes, we're going to look at that. We're also going to look at intermediate logical functions. Yeah, we are looking at that. And the last thing is we're going to look at what if analysis and forecasting. So yeah, that's what we're going to be looking at today. And if you have a question based on your learning, the previous maybe a particular chapter you have issues answering, you can just raise your hand and tell me. Just you need what you help me with. You need to know the course itself. You need to know the chapter. If it's you know how DataCamp separates everything. Chapter 3, or those maybe 3, 2, 1, whatever. So you're going to have to locate it so I can go there directly and answer these questions for you. So if you have any questions regarding your learning, probably you are taking a course, a particular chapter you didn't understand, raise your hand and I would. If you can't unmute, just type it out. Yeah, that's for sure. If you can't unmute, just type it out. I have one. Okay, how many hands? Let me check. Okay, Jamil, Mercy. Let's go with Jamil. Jamil, let's go ahead with you.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, my question pertains to scatter charts.
Scatter plots.
Scatter plot chart, yes, that's right.
All right.
I followed the steps that was used in the video, but I didn't get the exact result. I had to do it manually, picking the options. Let me open the exercise and maybe we go through it.
Okay, just tell me the exercise number and I would share my screen and we'll go through it together.
Okay. 1 minute, please. What is this?
So while we're waiting for him, let me check if anyone has typed any question in the. Let me see. Okay, no one yet. So you just take your time, prepare the questions. I would take just 2-3 questions, then we'll start. So if you have further questions, you can just drop them in the comments, and we'll come to it after. Maybe even while teaching and going through all of these things, your questions will even be answered. So yeah, for this lesson, we'll still be on the Excel fundamentals track, which I don't know, some people were saying they are done with Excel fundamentals. Like they are done with data visualization in Excel. So the next one will be data analysis in Excel, but that will be okay. Sorry, they are done with data analysis in Excel, and maybe we'll even look at the case study together. All right. I'm waiting for you.
Sorry about that. Can someone else please go? I'm still finding it difficult to locate the question because I already completed that section. I'm on data analysis now, so I'm looking for it.
All right. All right. Let's have Shefiat or Lolade. I don't know if I got the pronunciation. Shefiat or Lolade.
Hello. Sorry,
Yeah,
okay.
Shifia, we can hear you, but you have background noises.
My question now. My question is on data preparation. The first chapter of data preparation, the last question, they were asked to create a new sheet to get the dates. I don't know if you can understand me without me sharing my screen. Because my question is
okay, data preparation, the last question.
Yes. The last question under the first chapter. The first.
That's under starting data preparation with.
Yes. The flash field question. Isn't a series under the flash field for dates?
Okay, let me share my screen. So, you tell me. All right, can everyone see my screen?
Okay.
Oh, you can see my screen now, right? Okay. So I guess my screen is up. So you mean this let me see. Do you mean this data preparation, starting data preparation in Excel? Is that what you mean? Series filling. I'm guessing that's what you mean.
Yes, that's what I mean. The filling. And the flash filling. I can't remember. I think it's about flash fill. Well, I created the new sheet and got dates. I mean, I got the first date, and my stop value was to be 1st of December. Sorry, 31st of December 2018. But when he brought all the dates for me, I could not get the total number of days in the span of those 4 years. So bringing 1128, and I did it repeatedly. I even had to check if the answer was going to be right on the exercise. The last question there, but it wasn't right.
All right.
So I had to
I think
the 36 times plus 365 to get that particular question.
Okay. I think if you I don't know, you should see my screen. I'm on the question. I know this is the one you're talking about. So one thing I would say is I don't know, there's always a link for the recorded session. Yeah, there's always a link for the recorded session of every office hour we do. So we addressed this last 2 meetings. So I'm just going to go over it again just for you and maybe any other person having the same question. let me share my entire screen so that let me share the entire screen. Okay, so I guess this is it. So we're going to work through it together. Now we are working with, let me explain, let's understand what series filling is. So we have something called flash fill. We have something called series filling. The difference between series filling and flash filling is that for flash filling is like you are just you are trying to tell Excel, okay, based on this thing I have, fill it downwards. Based on this particular value I have, fill it downwards. Like you get, maybe you have a column that is, maybe you have 14, 16, 17. You can highlight 14, 16, and 17 and say, okay, now double tap that plus button there, and it will just flash fill it for you. But in what's the other one now? In series filling is like, how do I explain it? Okay, let me just break it down for you so that you get it.
I'm
I'm
sorry,
trying to
I
use
can't
a
see your
layman things. You can't see my screen. I think your network. I think it's your network.
no, I
Can anyone else see my screen? Just give me a thumbs up. Yeah, I see they can see my screen. I don't know if, oh, Chinaza Grace, I can't see your screen. I think it's your network. Just, log out and log back in. I think it's the network. Yes, the call is recorded. All right. So let me go ahead. But before I should continue what I'm doing, I'll just be speaking. So the difference between flash filling and series filling is, when you flash fill, you are telling Excel that from these patterns I have, find the just recognize these patterns I have highlighted for you and fill it downwards. That's what flash filling is. There's no formula required. You just fill it downwards. So it's like there's no flash fill is just recognizing the patterns. I've seen something about if you have a column with 15, 16, 17. For instance, let me use, because this is data we're working with today. If I have this column and I call it, let's say, amount sold, for instance. This is amount sold, and I have 14. Just watch. I have 15. I have 16. And I just want to flash fill 14, 15, 16. I will highlight 14, 15, 16 and drag it. Sorry. I will highlight 14, 15, 16 and drag it like this. So what Excel will do is that it would do 14, 15, 16. By default, you have 14, 15, 17, 18. But if you come here and do copy cells, it will give me 14, 15, 16, 14, 15, 16. It has recognized the patterns and it kept doing it like that. If I want it to just fill series, you see it fills it serially because it has recognized the pattern of +1, +1, +1, +1, +1. Do you get it? So if you come to copy cells, you can even, if you flash fill, it won't work because I highlighted 3. Flash filling mostly work if you have just probably you want to do 1, can just drag it down. What Excel will do is 16, 16, 16. So that is this one we are doing now is like we are flash filling. We are recognizing the patterns in the particular data. But now series filling, the series filling is we are using sequence of numbers. Let me put it that way. We're using a sequence of numbers. We're using a sequence of numbers. What we are doing is, if you go to the advanced view series, whatever in Excel, which I'm going to show you very soon, you would see a particular area where you would select date. You select, look at it here. If you come here and you come to series, you see series in row, series in columns, and what is the type? Do you want a linear? Do you want growth, date, autofill? And if it's date,
that
you're
was the one
selecting.
that was.
Let me now show you something you want. I think they said, let's say for instance, I want to see the number of days from 1st of July. Let me see, 01, 07. Let me just say for instance, 2025. from 1st of July till 1st of July 2026. And I want to see how many days they are. If you come here and you come to series, you put it in columns. Because if you do it in rows, series in rows, it will be doing it will give you the values here. But you do it series in columns. Then you come to date. You say, I want the date unit to be in day. I want it every day. Give me the date sequentially every day. What is step value? Step value is by how many days do you want Excel to help you fill this series? By how many days? Since I want it every day, I'll put every day. Stop value would be the particular day I want it to end. So I can say 01, sorry, if I say 01, 01, 07, I think we said 2026, for instance. See what happened. So what Excel will do is that it will fill from 01, 07, 2025 all the way to, let me go down. See it, 01, 07, 2026. What did Excel do? It did not even wait to recognize patterns. It just filled series. It filled the series. That's the difference. It just did it sequentially using a stop value, using a step value, which is by how many days. If I made a mistake here and I just maybe your stakeholder is telling you, okay, I want to see how many days are in the first 5 days of every month for the next 5 years. We'll go over it together. Let me say, okay, 0107. So come here, series. So our columns, date. If I want maybe weekdays now, I just want weekdays. I don't want every day. I just want weekdays, for instance. And the step value should be, maybe I'm doing a promo and I just want it. The promo should be twice every weekday. Every 2 days. So it should be every 2 days in just weekdays. Or you want to make a post. Let me use something realistic. As data analysts as we are, you want to make a post on LinkedIn. And you want it to be just on weekdays. You don't want weekends. And so you want to create a calendar where you'd be able to follow through and make your post on your LinkedIn page. So you want to do it every 2 days because you don't want to bore your audience with everyday posting. Consistency is good, but over consistency, I won't even call that over consistency. That's it's too, when you're bombarding them with too much information. All right. So you want to do it every 2 days. And you are starting 1st of July and you want to continue this till 31st December. Let me say 31/12/2025. And you click OK. Now, what this will do is that it will give me a date of like from this first for just weekdays every 2 days. So I'm giving use case scenario now in case so that you understand it very well. If you check now, 1st 07, that's 1st of July, you make a post. 3rd of July, you make a post. 7th of July, you make a post. Now, these are just weekdays, excluding weekends, separated by 2 days. So we can even use this and create a calendar for, okay, once it's 1st of July, you make a post. 3rd of July, you make a post, and you continue like that. So these are the use case scenarios where you can use the series filling. It's just different from flash fill. So I guess that answers your question. So if you do that with the dates and whatever I just explained here, you'll be able to get it. But one thing I will tell you is avoid, sometimes if you are doing series filling, avoid using dates like this. I know in their lessons they were like, do something like using an hyphen. I don't know, some Excel programs will not pick it up. Some Excel programs will not pick it up. It will throw up. Okay, it even picked it up. So it should work. If you do it this way, it should work. I don't know if the other guy is ready with his question. Is any hand still raised?
Yes, I am.
All right, you are ready. So what book, what chapter? Just let me know.
Chapter 2 of data visualization. Data visualization in Excel. Chapter 2, then the last exercise. That's regional performance quadrant.
Okay, chapter 2 of data visualization. Okay. Just hang in there. So after this question, we'll go into today's learning proper, and yes, let me. Which one of them?
Regional performance quadrant.
This, Sabi?
Yes.
All right. Okay, let me just. Okay, so 2-4 scatter plots. That's where we are going to. So
yes.
Just hang in there. Let me go to my. Where are the files? They're in desktop. Okay, so 2-4 has scatter plot solutions.
No,
Not solutions.
solution.
Sorry, I would cancel that. The first one.
That's
All right.
advanced.
Okay. So let's go back to the question. We'll walk through it together. So we have go to scatter plot sheet. Experiment with visualizing data in the cells by trying out various variants of XY scatter plots of the bullet variant. So this is our scatter plot. Where's scatter plot sheets? Okay, we're already on it.
Yes, yes.
So look at begin to understand the question. Experiment with visualizing the data in the cells by trying out various XY scatter plots. Now we have region. Region is a categorical data. We have central, east, west. These are the profit sales. So let me highlight this. If you come to insert, you come to recommended charts and come to all charts, show you something. You come here and let's go with this one, for instance. Because of course we're experimenting. So we're working through this together. So we have region, we have the profits, sales, and quantity. Experiment with the visualizing data in cells. We're trying out various variants of XY scatter plots of the bullet variant. So if you like, for instance, this, what is on the x-axis here? Do you know what is on the x-axis here? Because you need to know what is here, because remember what we are told. Experiment with visualizing data and try XY variant. Settle on the one which displays profit and sales on the XY axis and uses quantity to represent the size. So in this now, for this this one, what we have here is the profit sales listen, but that's not what we want to achieve here. What we want to achieve is that we want to use the quantity to represent the size. So if you come here, where's that? Trying to no, not here. Trying to see. Okay. Settle on the one which displays profit and sales on X and Y axis and uses quantity to represent the size of the dot bubble. Trying to see where we can. No, it's not. Can be here. Forgetting how. Okay. So we have displays profit and sales. We want to display profit and sales on X and Y axis. So profit on the X axis, sales on the Y axis. So profit and sales here. So we're going to select Let me switch rows and column. Profit is on the x-axis, sorry. Sorry. Let's say the series name. Let me remove that. The series x value. What do you want to put on x value now? Profit. Okay. Y value. Let's name series name. So, do you see what I did there? I'm trying to make, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
All right. So, I'm trying to make, they said, see the question here, we're following the question. Settle on the one which displays profit and sales on X and Y. That's profit on X, sales on Y axis, and uses quantity to represent the size of the bubble or the dot of the bubble. So, profit on here, sales here. So we want the dot of the bubble now to represent the quantity. So we want the dot, this dot now, to represent the quantity that we want.
Is X not the one that should be on horizontal?
This is X.
That should be profit.
Yeah, profit. Yeah, that's a mistake. Profit here, then sales is here. Okay, so we want to make the size of the bubble now to be the quantity. So we now want to see the profit sales that are getting the highest quantity. So I'm coming. Let me see. Um, so let me show this. Okay, now that's so we can see. Did you see this?
Yes.
Okay. So we have this. I just did this, like selected the range so that you just pick the quantity for me. So for this one, this guy here, series 1.11.93%, 17.05, and 6209, which is this one, south. So each of these quantity sizes now is now represented to show which profit and sales we have. So let's just move ahead. Let's go to the next one. Entitle the charts. Okay, sales. Just copy this. So let's just give it a chart. So we can just turn it on from here and see chart title. So on the chart title, we can just clear this and do a Control V. So that's the fastest way. And label the data points with region. Displayed by centrally in the bubble. Display centrally in the bubble. So we want to label the data points with region. I'm coming. So if you come here, data labels, if you turn it on, it will ask you what you want to label with. So if you come to more options, so let's say label with sorry, let me just cancel this and start again. So we'll turn on the labels, but we'll now decide what label we want it to give. So more options. So under more options now. Under more options, we select let's see X value. Okay, Y value. Why is it going away? Just hold on. Sorry, my mouse is having issues.
The moment you unselect, it will cancel it. You have to
It will cancel.
Either one of the x's, xy is on before you change it to value from cells.
Okay. Now, here's what we are going to do. This is what we're going to do. Let me select data. And let me pick from region again. Let me pick all of this again. Sorry. I'm trying to. Why is this mouse disturbing me? Select. Let me just come here and select. All right. So the data labels, more options. So let's put series name. Value from source. So let's turn on this and turn off it. So all right, so let's east west. Let me change the data source to this. All right, so this is it. And you can expand this if you want. So we have central, south, east, west. So basically what I did, for those that might be confused, I changed my data range to be just the values here without selecting the headers. So when you just drag from profit down here, you have a data range, you click OK. Then for the labeling, come to data labels and more options. So you just select range from cells. So you click on this arrow that signifies up and select the labels you want. So if you select these 4 labels, drop it down and click OK. It will just give label names to your charts, your bubbles. So let's go ahead. Okay, we've done this. Now 3. Finally, make it clear make it clear which measure is presented on what axis X or Y by giving them a title. Optionally, style the bubble and labels according to your liking. So let's give them a title. Let's name this, let's say, you can even come here, you turn on the axis titles, you get, let's say this, what we, remind me, what again is on the y-axis? Was it
That's
sales?
the,
I think sales, right?
yes, sales.
Sales, all right. Then you can change this to profit. Then the series, which is what we're working on, the series is actually the region. So okay, you didn't pick the name because I did not pick the title. Anyways, you can do that by coming here. The one thing about Excel is, as long as you know what you're looking for and you know where to look for it, you can always find your way around things. So I pick the header now, region. I want you to pick up the region and drop it here for me. If I click OK, you did pick it up. Okay, you didn't. No problem. Let me just do this and edit it manually. So I just cancel this and trying to cancel that title. Let me just let me drop this. We can it's not editing, but let's go ahead. So with this, you can even edit. You can do different things with it. You can come here and you can come here to where is that? Yeah, come to a format chart area. You can do so many things here. If you want to fill it with a different color, you can do that. You can fill it solid fill, the background. You can do that. No fill. You can do automatic to just make it white. You can fill in the bubbles. You can give them. Please not allowing the text to show. So you can use something like this so everything shows very well. So to your preference, but that's not the emphasis. We're not doing visualization now or dashboard. But anyhow you want really to do it, you can polish it. For this title here, I don't know, it's supposed to give us ways to edit it, but then let's just continue. Now the last question, which is which region is lagging in percentage of profits? From what we are seeing now, we have this is sales now, this is profit. Which region do you think is lagging in profit? From what we can see here now. You know, this index is upward trend. Look at Central. The more sales they make,
Yes.
the more
Central.
profit they're making.
Central is like
So Central is what is the profit of Central? Remember the question
8%.
is which region is lagging in percentage of profit? So
Central.
which region do you think? Is it Central or South?
That is Central. That's 8% of profit.
8% of profit. Good. Because this is high. The fact that it's low doesn't mean. In fact, Central South is doing so well because imagine 15% of sales is bringing out 12% of profit. So this one they're making 20% sales and their profit is just 8%. So what's the answer? You just come here. All right. Sorry. All right. Central. What's going on? All right. Central. And click OK. So but then one thing you will notice from what I'm doing here is I've not even come here to check out this particular scatter plot task, but I still found my way around navigating it. If you just know where all of these things are, you know where to find, you can always navigate your way around it. So that's how Excel is. For instance, if you come to data, there are some things that are here that are also in these areas. So if you just know what you are looking for, you can just look for how to find it and answer your question. Is that okay?
It's okay. Well, I got
Alright.
it like this. The problem is when I check the solutions, the regions, they have different legends. I think if you open the scatter plot solution now on the
Okay,
Excel.
let's open it. So this is it.
Yes. I was wondering how they got because when that they could identify it, you can easily identify each region differently like this.
Okay, you're wondering how they did this thing like this.
Yes.
That was basically, I think that's what we did. It's just
Is it
that
manual?
I
No,
was
you are
using
using.
our
They
screen.
have the same fill color. Is it?
Okay, you want like different colors. Is that
Did
what
they
you're saying?
choose? Did they choose those color individually, or it was done manual
Yes, yes.
automatically? Oh, okay.
No, it's individually. Let me show you how you do it. If you want central, just step on only central. You right click, you come to fill. Let's give central since you want, let's say, I want the white, except I change these things to text to white. But let me give central this. South should be yellow. Let's make east. Let's give east, let's say a gray. That's not a gray. Let's give it this so that the black text will show. We can give west a different color too. So it's manually they did it. It's not like Power BI that does it automatically for you. It's not automated.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me just give this one. something like this. Then at the end of the day, you can increase like this. I think for their own self, I just noticed because I was struggling how to name series and all of that. Their own, they just removed like this thing here below. Since we have colors identifying it, you can just remove it.
Move it. Okay.
And then I think it's almost the same. You can change the font, change whatever. I see they change theirs to white so that it can shine through the colors. To do that, just tap on the text, then just come here to home, change text color, change everything to white. You see it?
Okay.
So you can even, yeah, so that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Let me give it a purple color. Okay. So just that's why they said be dynamic with your this thing, be free, just play around with it. So because of our time, we'll just go into let me check this box. Log out. Okay.
Thank you very much.
I guess we're all good. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so one thing you would notice from everything I was doing so far is that um just know what you are looking for, understand the question, and I didn't even know there was answer folder. Like this is the first time realizing that in the exercise booklet they also send you the answers. All right. So for today, let me start with introducing the data we'll be working with. We are looking at Clint. Let me delete this. We are looking at Clint supermarket data. So this is what we're going to be using to talk about. So I hope you can just understand and stay with me as we go. So this is Clint supermarket data. We are going to be working on this together. So you might just be asked to unmute your mic to speak. So just stay with me, okay? So in our session for today, we are going to be looking at, I said we'll look at power pivots. Let me check the outline. I don't want to. Okay, we look at pivot analysis, okay? So we're going to start with that. Let's start with pivot analysis. If you have a data set like this, stored in CSV file, this is how you're going to meet it. You can decide to save as Excel workbook before you start your analysis. Not you can decide, you should, except you want to import the data to Power BI or whatever. So what I would advise you do first, you save as workbook. Come here, it's in CSV, command delimited. You can save as workbook. Sometimes you might need to save as binary. I'll tell you how you later on. I'll tell you why you need binary, why you need some of all these things. If you have some codes in your Excel, you need to save it as here's that one here, macro enable template and all of that. So let's do a workbook. Let's pick I want it in desktop. Okay, so let's save. So we've saved it. These are it is. I'm not seeing all my dates. I'm not seeing some of my customers. You can just tap here and double tap or triple tap this line here. You see a line in the middle, just triple tap it. Once you do it, it will extend your bars and you can see all the values clearly. So you'd even be able to understand what it is you are doing. So we're exploring our data now. This is data exploration. We have the order date. Remember, this is clean supermarket. So they've given you their data and they said they're asking you a few questions. Probably they're asking you, oh, Mr. Analyst, oh, please, I want to understand where my top profitable states are coming from because we have the state column here. I want to see quantities that the quantities that are sold by each of my categories. By each of my categories, I want to see let's say top profitable states, top 5 customers. You get. Sorry, give me a minute. Let's see. You can turn off your video. Let's see. Let's see. You can turn off your video. All right. Sorry for that. Let me continue. So let's say, for instance, you want questions like you want to see the sales by state, you want to see the customers. Now, what you would notice is that if you want to start writing formulas to answer them, but imagine I ask you now, what are the sales or total? See a column called sales here. I want to see the total sales made from art. You now start writing like art category. Then you now start using some ifs. Imagine you start doing equal to some ifs. If you have more than one criteria, you can use S, that's some ifs. Imagine doing all of these things, then you now look for the range where you want to sum. I want to sum sales, then you put a comma, criteria. What is the criteria? Sorry, the range, not the sum range. The range of what I'm looking for arts subcategory. Okay. I'm just using the layman one now. Then I'm looking for arts now. The criteria is arts. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Arts. Where should I sum? Sum here in the sales. Close bracket. Enter. Imagine. Not tell your stakeholders. Arts is giving. You not give them in just text format using formulas. This is layman. This is just shit. So Excel has a method where you can just summarize everything efficiently. So one thing about pivot table is that it helps you to, it's a superpower for summarizing large data sets without using formulas. So to do all of those things before you start, usually I used to duplicate. These are things you would find very useful along the line. Let's come here, hold down control and drag. Then I'll name this clean clean data. Clean data. So with this, I can play around with this such that if I have maybe I just mistakenly deleted this column and something happened, my system shut down and I can't undo. How do you get back the date? If you keep cleaning the original one, you see the importance of duplicating it. Well, let me control Z it. So that is just why it's important to duplicate your data before you clean. Or after cleaning, you duplicate before you work on. But usually just do it before. So you check for missing values, Control Shift L, investigate to make sure there are no missing values, or just highlight everything. Come here, come to find and select, then you go to special, then let's go to blanks. Let's see if there are any blanks in our data. Blanks. Is there blanks? The data is quite large. No cells were found to be blank. Okay. What else? What else? Okay. Before I fit, I'm trying to see if I can. Okay. All right. So you can just check if you have no values. Usually, if there are no values, it will be on top. I think I've cleaned the data before now. So we'll just go ahead because of that. So to insert your pivot table, you highlight your data. See what I do, guys. Let me remove the filter. What I do is I don't just do Control A. Doing Control A is very risky. There's sometimes you're working with a million rows, and if you do Control A and Excel senses a blank row, it will stop there, and you'll be missing out on other rows of data. So usually, best case scenario or best use case, what you do is you do Control Shift down and you do side. That's side arrow. Let me go back. See what you do. Control Shift down. Then you see this arrow key to the right. You click on it to select all your data. So you now have all your data. If you want to go back up, because this is row, I think there are 10,000 rows here. If you want to go back up, if you don't want to use it, just do Control Home. Okay, still. Okay. So if you do like this, come to Insert, then Pivot Table. Now, see you have the range. The range is what we just selected. If you want to use external source, you can do that. So new worksheet and add this to the data model because of some calculations I'll be doing. So I'll add this to the data model, click on OK. So it automatically creates a new sheet for us. It has named it sheet 3. Let's move this here. It has named this sheet 3, where we have, this is my data well. I have everything in my columns here. So I have the order dates, the year. such that if I want to see the sales by the, the other time I was trying to answer at what sales as at category done for us. You can click on sales as a value, then come to subcategory and bring them to rows, see the value at without even using any formula. So that is one importance of pivot table. So we can do summarizing, we can do calculations by summarizing large data sets. So if you want to answer, let's say we have, let's name this sheet, sorry. Let's say top 5 customers. Let's work on that. Let's say top 5 customers. Let's do top 5 customers. So once you see the top 5 customers, let's remove this. You can either remove this by dragging it outside here, dragging it back here, or just left clicking, sorry, and remove field, whichever works for you. So let's bring in customer name. I'm looking for the top 5 customers. I have their sum of sales, but I'm not seeing it. It's doing it alphabetically from, you can see it from Aaron down to whatever. So I want to do it by sorting, ascending by the largest to smallest onto the top, because the question is top 5. So this is the top customers. These are the top customers, but we don't have the top 5. To do top 5, you come towards the row labels, you right click, then you come to filter, because sorting is different from filtering. When you sort things, you're like trying to arrange them, okay, ascending, descending, and all of that. But to filter is you want to drop, you want to remove specific rows you want for your analysis. So we want top 10. You can either do top 10 or bottom 10. So let's go with top, since I'm saying top 5, let's change this from 10 to 5 and just click OK. So we have Sean Miller, Samara Chand, and these are the top 5. So right from this, you can now click anywhere in your data, come to insert. Since this is a categorical, this I can even put in, let's use a donut chart. So you can do this. From here, you can remove your fields. Sorry. You can remove the field buttons from here. Change the title. Let's name this. Stay with me on top 5 customers. So here, let's give this. Let's see Aptos. Aptos body. Where is Aptos? Can you imagine? So it doesn't have Aptos. Imagine. Let's select something else there. Agency AB. No, I don't like this. Let me go with Calibri like that. So I can change the fonts. I want it black. Then here we can decide what you want to do here. From the difference between Excel and Power BI, like I said in our last lesson, is that for Excel you can work on your visuals directly, but for Power BI you just have a pane by the right here where you can do that. So you can come here, let's add in the data labels, and we want the data labels to be just showing percentage now. So 1%, so we'll tick off value. Show ladder lines, tick it on. I'll show you what the ladder lines are. So you can drag this out. These are the ladder lines. Drag this out. These are the ladder lines. Drag this out so that your stakeholders can see it very well without straining their eyes. You can change the colors individually. Let Sean Miller be, let's fill him with something else. I want to go with a range of green. The thickest green since it's the highest. The next will be the next one. And this, can fill it with this. Then this, you can fill it with this. And the last one, you can fill it with this. Sorry. Last one, you can fill it with this. So at the end of the day, let's make this our text. Let's bolden it and use it deeper shade of what we are working with. Let's increase the font size. So let's say 16. So at the end of the day, we can see that this is just working with pivot tables, and you can from there you can draw your charts on this. If you want a rounded corner or whatever, you come here, click on it, then come to okay, come here under border, you select solid line, then you scroll down, tap rounded corners. You can see, so let's leave it as automatic, then come your rounded corners. So at the end of the day, you see what you have. So I could not have done this without doing pivot tables. But that being said, do you know we can actually do chart directly on the data? I'll show you how. It is stressful, but imagine like that. It's better to just categorize it with pivot tables and if you come to quick analysis, if you select your data, you come to from here you see formatting, you can use data bars. If you come to charts and insert a chart, you see, let me insert, for instance, if I insert this, let the chart load. Has it loaded? Okay. So then I can just drag this. I want to see so now this missing. The data is 10,000 rows, so this is taking time to I've done this. But then I just wanted you to see how you can go around that. You can actually do your chart directly on your data, but it's best to use a pivot table. Now the next thing we're looking at is complex visualizations and pivot tables. That's the second thing. There are some times that you want to introduce a chart scatter plot and you'd have difficulty with it. Many times you're going to have difficulty with it. In fact, sometimes you'd think your data maybe your data is having issues, but there's no issue with your data. If you want to add maybe a scatter plot, if you want to use a map, we're going to use a map here. I'll show you how to use a map. If you ensure that your data is no longer in the pivot table, you've copied it out. Let me show you. So, okay, let me just cancel this guy for to start hanging the thing. All right. So we want to see, this is top 5 customers now. Let's see, instead of deleting it, let me duplicate this. So I want to duplicate this. So let's link this top 5, going complex visualization. I want to use a map. Sales by states. Let's name it sales by states. So I want to see the different states with. So you can remove this. So now, since we are looking at sales by state, let me remove all the filters. We just come to clear filters from customer name. Yeah. Let's remove customer name. Then we're looking at sales by state, right? So let's drag state here. These are the states. Let's say, let me sort it. Largest to smallest. California is doing well. In fact, California for clean supermarkets is generating the most sales. We have California, we have New York, and all the rest. If you say insert, let me show you something. If you say insert, recommended chart, whatever, if you come to map, it won't show anything. Did you see what I said? You can't create this chart type with a data inside the pivot table. Please select a different chart or copy data outside. So for this, you can't do it inside the pivot table because the map is a complex visualization. It can't draw from pivot table. Funnel can't draw from pivot table. Waterfall cannot. So all these other complex on sunburst, tree map, this can draw from. So even scatter plots, where's it? Yeah, they can't draw from pivot table. So what you do is, you can show you 2 ways you do that. If you come to data, and where is that? Okay, sorry. Come to pivot table, analyze, select then select entire pivot table. That's one. Or you just do Control A, then you copy it, can drop it here. If you paste it, it will it's automatically coming also as a pivot table because see the well is coming out here. You'd come down to this drop down and say paste values. What this means is Excel, I don't want you to do it as a pivot table, just drop the values for me. So once you drop the values, it appears like this. You can change this to from row labels to states, or let me just say states singular. So we have states and sum of sales. Let's change this from sum of sales to total sales. So if I highlight all of this and come to insert, see those charts that were not available before in pivots will begin to show up. In fact, it just recommended charts for us. But let's come here. See, okay. We have funnel, waterfall, box on whiskers, histogram, sunburst. See those charts they were not showing before, now they are coming up because I've removed them from pivot table. So let's go with map. If you select OK, your data needs to be on. I accept. Your data needs to be on for this to work. So we can see the map of the United States. Automatically, he knew and picked these states and just identified them with the US. Right here, you can do a lot of things here because, of course, we are not done. Let's change the chart title to total sales. Sorry, total sales by state. Total sales by states. All right. Let's leave it like this. If you come here, I'll show you a lot of things you can do. You can turn on the labels where you see all of blah blah blah, but this is not feasible. You can, like what I did in the last question one of us asked recently, you can change the data labels to the category name such that once you increase it, you'd see which one is Illinois, which one is Nebraska, which one is this, which one is that. You can see all of that. Yeah, you can do that. But for me personally, I don't like, because of course you can't even see all of those things clearly. So you can just turn that off. And series name. Okay, just turn that off. So now to the main chart itself. If you come towards let's fill it. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we can walk around with. The borders. I don't want a border.
Are you full working at 5,000? 5,000. Yes, it's in. Pay. No.
So sorry. Let's leave this as no line. Then come in. So let's say you want to change the color of the map itself. We can come here, come to this, you select the map. Don't select outside, select the map itself. Yeah, select the map itself. Then you can select the line if you want, but I don't want any line, no line. Then you come to fill. Then if you want to fill, usually I don't like to fill anything. Then come here to shadow. If you want to add a shadow, by shadow, this is what I mean. If you put outer, you see the shadow outer. Let's leave it as no shadow. I'll show you how to use all of this when we start dashboard. When we start doing dashboard, let's go to the legend. If you want to fill the legend, this is where you do that. If you want to put a borderline, this is where you do that. So what else can we do? This is legend position. Under you can just drop down here, you see it. If you want to edit the legend, you come here. Whatever you want to do. If you want to plot the area, this is the area here. If you want to do that, you come here for chart title, chart area, and all of that. So for the legend, if I want it at the bottom, something like this. If I want it at the left, leave it there. Top right is where it was before. So This show legend overlapping charts is that to expand your map, you can leave it like this, however you want to do it. Then if you come to where we are, let's come to the chart area. Yeah, let's come to the chart area, plot area. I'm trying to see, okay, trying to see how we can, work around. Okay. All right, so let me just leave that. So in this chart design, if you come to chart design, you can now select how you want your map to appear. This is one of it. This is without the lines. This comes with the lines. This comes as a field background black, and this one is you get. So it depends on. So all those fine visuals you see online. These are some of them do it. If you just know what to look for. So it depends. See, it just depends on your creativity. So you allow your creativity to shine through here. So since I'm working with what color do we use here? A green. So I can use a black here because change this text title. Trying to let me increase this first. All right. This one is I don't know why I need to change this one honestly. All right, but because of I don't want to do so much on this, but so you can do so many things in your chart design if you want. You can change the colors here if you want it to appear like this. So it just depends on what you want, what you are looking for. One monochromatic. Monochromatic is like just one color all through. As you can see, you have lighter blue to deeper blue, deeper yellow or gold to lighter yellow. So this is where you do it. But make sure the colors you are using is based on based off of what you're already using in your analysis. Like as I'm using green here, I can't come here and start using purple or whatever. That's to blend in. Black is okay because of course black can go with let me just come to green. Something like this. Yeah. So then one more thing we can do. I can introduce the number like I want the okay, just maybe like that. You can use a gradient. I'll show you how you do that. Let me come to sorry. Where is that? Formats. Okay. So let's just not do so much. Don't want to do too much. Let me see format chat area. Let's come to chat title. Chat title. So let's work on the chat title. Color should be let's leave it as white. Then you can put it overlay should be above. That's you want the title to be like what you so solid feel if you want it to have a solid feel, but let me just go with a black then okay into this. So basically what I'm just trying to do is I'm just just working my way around all of this you get. So it depends on what you want to do. Depends on what you want to do. I'm trying to change the text, but this thing is if I try to drag it, it's not showing. I really don't know. Oh, I think the drag button is here. Can imagine. It's not supposed to be here. So basically, yeah, let me just, let me leave it like this. So this is a complex chart you can do. If you say you want to duplicate this, let's duplicate this. Let's duplicate it and answer one more question. Let's use a complex chart. Let me show you how to use. Now, let me talk about the chart, funnel chart. Let me talk about funnel chart. Let's see. Let's name this funnel chart. You see, it is important to understand how to use this chart, because if you don't know how to use it, you will keep making mistakes. Now imagine I saw, let's insert, okay. I saw someone posting on LinkedIn one time, and person used a funnel chart to he didn't use it the right way. Let me explain what this funnel chart is. Now, a funnel chart is used when you want to show, like, how do I explain it? When you have a particular, maybe you have a series and you said, okay, these are the total values in this series, and you want to see how they are distributed. So you want to see how things reduce progressively. Let me put it that way. For instance, you have, let me show you something. Let's just do January. Let's do January, then I'll show you something. Let's see February. This has been February, okay. Say March, April. Okay. I just want to show you something. Let me see, few months. Not getting what I want. Okay, January, February, April, May, June. This was what I was supposed to do. Let's see. So I just wanted to few months for me. Yes, let's see. This is months. We have months here, and we have sales, or let's say quantity sold. For instance, this is 120. This is let's say 100. This is 35. This is 70. This is 70. This is 200. Let me just okay, so here's what I want to achieve. I want everything to be just the range of these values. So let me see, copy sales. So I want it to be 120, 100, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, something like this. Then these are the months, and this is the quantity sold. Let me make it a little different. Let's make this one thing. Let's make this 50. Let's give this 50. Let's see 2, or let me see 140. Let's make this, just hold on, I'm trying to achieve something here. Let's say 85. Show you something. 77 and 60. Are we sure they're all distinct? I want them to be all distinct. Hope there's no repetition. Okay. Let's change this to 90. Let's change this to 67. So for instance. Okay, I guess they're all different now. Now let's sum it all. Sum 1004. I want it to be one. I was trying to achieve 1000. Let me make this 73. Yes. So 1000. So I have in my store bar, I have 1000 units, and I want to see how each of these things were sold for this 1000 units. I want to see the reduction, how they reduce over, if I highlight this, for instance, let me exclude this. Yes, just this now. If I come to insert, I come to recommended charts. It's even here, or you can come here if you want and get it from here. It's what? Sorry. On them, yeah. So this is the best case to use, funnel charts. if you want to see the way things are like trying to achieve, the way things are reducing, you know that okay, September is the highest. You want to see reduction over a specific period or over a specific category. So maybe the ones that are wide is usually supposed to be the ones that are highest to be wide at the top. So let me sort. Let me sort this by the largest to smallest. Exactly. So we can now see that September, okay, has out of the 1,000 I have September, we have the highest unit sold September, January, and all of that. So basically, funnel chart is to show progressive reduction in data. So we just want to see, it's just like a pipeline, how has this thing been reducing over the years or over a specific period? So we can use a funnel chart for that. So this is how you create a funnel chart. If you want to change the chart type, you just come here, chart design, change chart type. Waterfall also shows reduction. It's just like periodic reduction. So starting from the top, we can use, if you watch your lesson, I think that the place they explains all of this. Box and Whisker, yeah. You can use this to identify outliers in your data, statistical analysis, and all of that. But all of this will not be in precision. Tree map is, distribution like this. It's mostly distribution. You use tree map. We've seen the use case of map. So that being said, let's go to the next item we have for today. But do you have any questions? I don't know, any questions so far? Any questions? Do you have any questions? Just raise your hand, I'll call you. Any questions? Okay, I guess we are all following. All right, so the next thing we are looking at is let's see how to use combo charts. This was done in your lessons, but I'm just going to go over it again. Okay, let me remove this. Let's see how to use a combo chart. Let me just let me remove this. Let me remove this and just duplicate this. So let's see how to use a combo chart. So for this combo chart, what we are going to be looking at is let's try to answer the question. Customers. Let's look at the profit against the quantity sold or the sales. Look at our data. We have each customers, their powers, blah blah blah, and we have the number of sales, the sales they made, or the sales, this customer name, the products they bought, and all of that. So we want to see the profit margin and the sales. Let's see what particular category we are getting the most sales and the most profits. So let's see profits. Let's name this profits and sales by customer. Let's leave it like this. Can it by customer or category? Let's remove this guy. So it's out. Can do like this, clear contents. For this one here, activate this from here. So basically, we're removing states, right? Remove field. So we are bringing in, let's see, profits here. Let me show you what you do in this case. Let's bring, show you something. Just hang in there. You're going to see something. Let me go with category. Oh, let me see. Let me see subcategory. Okay, we have 20 of them. We have 20 of them. All right, let's go with subcategory. So this will be profit and sales by subcategory. I want to show you something. Subcategory. All right. So you can, that's the highest you can take. All right, so You can bring subcategory here. Let's remove this field. Let's remove this field. I want to show you something. I want it to appear as a table. So let's search for profits. Profits. Let's bring profit. I know you say, so I drop profits in values. I want to show you something. Let's put profit in the rows. Just stay with me. I want to show you something. Then sales. Let's drop sales also in the rows. So because I have everything in my row, if you come here, you see subcategory, profit, sales, and subcategory. If you come to pivot table analyze, and you come to view, under view, you would see custom views, page layout, blah blah blah, and all of those things. Then coming, sorry, design. Let's use design. You come to design. Then under report layout, you show in tabular form. So if you show it in tabular form, you're going to have each of the products and their profits and all of that. So you can, if you do it like this, for instance, and want to insert charts, usually this might not work because of the large data. But don't worry, I will show you this another time. I try to show you something. Let's just do the normal one we know. So we have the sum of sales and the sum of profits for all the accessories. So if you want to use a combo chart now, you come to combo. Here we have these are the series, sum of sales. So if you want to represent your sum of sales as a clustered column, which is the blue thing you have here, you have sum of profits as a line. So I want to see which product or which category is bringing out the highest profit as against sales. That's the question we're about to answer. If you notice, they are all on the same axis. We are all on the same axis. That they are reading from this axis here. But you can, since you want sales to be on the bar, you want to profit to be on another axis, you can just tick profit to be the secondary axis. So when you tick this, you're going to see profit having its own axis here. You can see it. You can decide to say, okay, sum of profit, I want you to take also a bar. It will give you bar. But you see, this does not really make sense like that. So it's going to be that column. If you want this column to be at the side, to be on its own, you want it to be in area. So whatever you want, usually just bar and line is the best case. So if you select this clustered column line, you click OK. Let's remove the few buttons. So yes. So yeah, I think let me expand this. Hello. Let me stretch this. Now, what do you notice from here now? Hello. What do you notice? From this, you can even start answering basic questions like, okay, imagine we're getting more sales from chairs and it's not the highest profit. Imagine copiers. That's copiers now. You're making just 15,000 sales from copiers, sum of sales. And look at the profit margin. Can you see this? So from this, you can begin to answer some questions and whatever. If you want to just see the top 10 based on maybe the top 10 based on let's say the profit now, because our emphasis is on profits. So you can come here to sort largest to lowest and come here and say filter top 10 by what? You remove it from sum of sales now to profit and click OK. So these are the top 10 by profit. And you can notice that let's shift this. Let's shift this like this. All right, so we can, what do you notice from here now? What do you notice from here? You see copiers, as I was saying, it's even getting the highest profits, and you see that the profit margin is very high compared to, look at this guy, chairs. We're selling more chairs, but we're getting very little profit from it. This one, sales to profit ratio, is almost the same. So you get, so that's how we use combo charts. Now, for the last thing we'll look at today before we call it a day, is that we're going to look at intermediate logical functions. For intermediate logical functions, we have how do I explain this to you guys? Okay, so we want to look at if nested if. This is where we're going to look at it now. So if you have problems with if functions, we're going to look at it now. Nested if, we're going to look at if and if with and or. Then there's background noise. But give me a minute. All right, sorry about that. I hope you can hear me clearly now. Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Is there a background noise? Just give me a thumbs up. All right, so let's continue. Let's continue. For the raise hands on the question, don't just type the question. I will attempt the questions later. What's the difference between a CSV file as XLS file and potency? Just drop them and I'll answer them, okay? We'll definitely coming back to it. Okay, I will come back to it. Okay, so before I continue, trying to see if the attendance link has been dropped. Just give me a minute. So once you look at the nested ifs, then just take a few questions and can go ahead from there. So far, so good. I hope you are understanding what I'm saying, because one thing about sharing screen is I don't see your reactions here, except you unmute your mic to speak. So sometimes I feel like I was talking to myself, but I hope if you are getting me or you understand what I've been saying, just give me a thumbs up. Let me know those that are catching up. Eva, all right. Shehu Kabir, all right, all right, all right. So for those that are new to Excel that are not really following through, there is a provision for beginners. If you notice on the Discord channel, we're asking you to drop your names and your numbers. That's for a reason, because we're going to have a different session weekly where we just start from the ground up for beginners. So if you are not following through, don't worry, we have it covered. And yeah, all right, so let's continue. Yeah, so I was talking about combo chart. So this is how I use a combo chart. Combo means combination. Now we are combining two charts together. So we have, let me bring this down. Yes. Then I want come to legends. I don't want it to overlap. So trying to set some things. Do the legend without overlapping. So it's 0.1. Okay. You can just command it manually. Okay, shift this. I want this to show very clearly. Since we're working in the range of green, let's make all our cells. Let's fill them with this deep green. Just go with this. And the line, see what you can do with the line. You can fill the line with okay, to amend the line or append the line, so to say. This is where you go to. Just double tap here. Let's let this stuff come out. So you click on the line, then you come to line, under line, you come to solid fill and select the color you want for the line. I want the profit to be in probably, let's give this a green. Usually really blends with
Yellow.
yellow, right? Who is that? Thank you for that. See, as a dashboard person, you have to know colors. You have to know colors. So I know primary colors and secondary colors. I know how they combine. One day I was going through LinkedIn. No, not LinkedIn. Someone shared the project with me, and the person was using red with I think green. Is it green or purple? like this is not good. For markers, the markers are these things. Let me show you markers. You see these things in the middle that shows what particular data you're talking about. Those are markers. Let's go back. So you can fill your markers with it's not really compulsory. You can always leave it with the same color. Well, let me use red so we show. Oh, just use the yellow. Excuse me. Then the border, I don't want a border. You can use smoothed line with smoothing it out for you. See, it's now looking like a snake-wise line. So that's for smoothed line. Let's add rounded corners for our charts. And sum of sales gain profits. So from this now we can, so if the stakeholders are asking you, so from all this now in the comment section, let me ask a quick question. As a data analyst presenting to your stakeholders, what would you advise them to invest in more? What category do you think they should invest in more to get more profits? I would leave the chat here for 10 seconds, then go to your comments to see your answers. So from what you can see here, if you want to stock up in your inventory now, what do you think they should stock up the most and not even run out of in the slightest? What do you think they should invest in more? What do you think, what category, subcategory do you think sales are being generated the most? Okay, battery is actually running low. All right, so I'll be checking the comment section now. Let's see. We have copiers, someone is saying copiers and chairs, phones and chairs. Predominantly, we have copiers, papers, phones. All right, papers, phones, copiers, phones and chairs. This is serious. This is interesting. Phones and chairs. All right, you guys did well, but let's look at it together. If you invest in copiers, copiers now, 15,000 in terms of sales, and look at our profits. This is how much you made from selling. Like this is the revenue now, some of the profits. And put it at that. So imagine, see the difference. For those that sell phones, if you invest in phones, you'd even run out because look at the sum of sales. Sum of sales is more than the profits. That's a very bad business. If you invest in phones, nah, you ain't gonna do well. So phones is really a bad option. You can do that because you are getting profits, but then it's not something you want to do full investment in. For those that said paper is actually a good option. In fact, if you compare the difference, the profit and sale difference for paper and copier, see that they're almost the same. For those that said blinders, blinders is not generating as much profit compared to the sales. You see, that's why it's a combo chart. You can view these two metrics together. Envelopes. In fact, do you know I would prefer to invest in envelopes than investing in phones? Because envelopes, you are getting, although it's not feasible because the sales are very minimal, but then the profit that is profit is a profitable business. So the right answer is copier. If you say copier, you're correct. If you say copier and people, you're correct. So what are the people that got the answers? Let me celebrate them. Let me clap here. Let me clap on my own. You can clap for yourself too. Chill, Gabriel, Franca, Boniface, Eva, Messi, Iola, Grace, John. Phones and chairs, no, it's not correct. Copier. Okay, Solomon, and all that. Okay, Shefia, I think Shefia got it. Olola, they good. So you understand all of these combo charts. Let's go to the last one for today. Let's look at nested ifs to answer some of your questions. We've not gone into proper visualization. When we start visualization class, we slice data very well. We do proper analysis. Now we're still running around understanding Excel basics. So, okay, so we are doing, do you know that if I'm scrolling up now, I can't see my chart header. You can see it. I don't really like it. There's a shortcut for doing that. highlight your this thing, Control Shift MN. Is it alternate Shift MN? I'll find out. I don't know how to do it manually, but I'm sure of the shortcut. Under View, Freeze Panes. Okay, that's how you did Free Stop Row. So as a Free Stop Row, now even if I scroll down, you can see I'm still seeing it. So I think you should learn that. It's very good. Because sometimes I don't want to start scrolling down and I don't know what column I'm looking at. So what you do is you select your data, come to View. Under Freeze Panes, you freeze stop rows, or you can freeze first column, whatever you want to do. Okay, so let's look at nested if. So what is the use case for if now? Let's call this nested ifs. Now, nested if is like you want to return a particular value when a condition or one or more conditions are met. So that's how we want to do. That's what nested if is. So we want, for instance, I want to see if this condition is met, what should I do? What should I do? That's using nested if. So if I ask you now, what are the total sales generated by office supplies, that's category office supplies and furniture? Total sales generated, office supplies and furniture. You're going to use a nested if. You can use sum if, you can use average if. So if function is to when you have the criteria and you want to see if so you are just basically doing logic tests. So let me just start with a scenario. So we have if you are just calling if, this means you just have one logical test. Do you get? Let's go with let's say if okay, I'm trying to look at what we can do here. So if for instance you have sales and I want to see the sales, for instance, we have, let me clear this. Just stay with me, guys. Let's look at profit. Can you see the maximum profit? 8,400 approximately. The average is 28. This is the minimum. So some people actually got losses. So we have negative values here. So let's use a nested if to categorize this now. For instance, I can say equal to if, stay with me, if this value is here, profit, this is my logical, what I'm doing now is the logical test. So this is where you can do everything you want to do. So we're saying if profit is equal to, let's say if profit as K to K is greater than 0. If it's greater than 0, it means it's positive. Am I correct? Am I correct?
Yeah.
I believe I am. So yeah, okay. Thank you, Shefia. So if it's greater than 0, it means it's positive. So I'm trying to tell this nested if function if K to KO is greater than 0, oh yeah, what should I return? Return let's say positive, or let me say profit. Let me just say profitable. Let me use profitable. Else, if it's, see, this is what I'm trying to say. If it's greater than 0, return profitable. Else return no go area, whatever you want. You can say no go area business, or you can say malo wow. Malo wow. I'm not Yoruba, but I understand Yoruba. Malo wow. So you close the bracket and you click enter. You can do it for, it's spilling because I did not specify this. Let me copy the formula, cut it. So let's put it here. Let me clear this. Let me say business or profit condition. Let's see. condition. Okay. So place the formula here. Sorry. Just to pick just this first one. Let's say K2. Yeah. So profitable. So I've selected if K2 is greater than 0, profitable. Else, if it's not, wow, don't even hear it at all. For the people that are not Yoruba, don't even go close to it. Avoid that business. Very, very not profitable. So if I fill it down and I filter, shift control shift L, and I say let me look for the businesses that don't touch. Can see them negative, 0, no profit. So at the end of the day, I can now see, okay, these are the ones that are not doing well. Are you seeing the essence of nested if? I would not have known if I did not use a nested if. A second case, let's do nested ifs with a condition. Let's use if and or. Let's see. I'm trying to see if so if you're working with if statements sometimes in Excel, right? So I'm trying to round up now. If you're working with if statements, sometimes you need to maybe when two conditions are met or one or more conditions are met. So you need to introduce the and functions. If I ask you now, do you want rice and beans? I'm trying to tell you these two goes together. So if you don't want rice and beans, leave it. So two conditions must be met with and. I am very brilliant and resourceful. Two conditions go together. But now with or, it's like one or more is correct. So I want rice or beans. That's if you have rice, give it to me. If you have beans, give it to me. So that's all. So it's like it returns true. It returns true if at least one condition is met and false if otherwise. So let's just do how it is. Excel is actually helpful because as you write these formulas, you can see it's telling you, can drag this out so you can see it clearly. It's telling you if, okay, the next thing is logical test. The logical test now, I'm trying to say is and. Let's use and. You can see how you do it. So now that you've written logical text, if you put, we are still on logical test now. So we are using and now. So we are trying, this is why it's called nested if. I'm nesting it with a logical test and all. So what are the criteria I want? So I'm saying if and, I'm calling and now. If and sales, that's this particular one, I4. Let me go with, oh, I'm writing it from down. Sorry. Start from here. So let's change this to I2. All right. So if sales and I2 is greater than 0. I'm saying it's greater than 0, and then I can say comma. These are the two logical this I want to call now. And profit is also greater than 0. Stay with me. I'm trying to break it down so you get it. So I've called out if. This is the condition if. All right. Now this is the logical test. I'm saying if and, in normal English, you can't say do you want rice and beans? It is the two is separated with and, rice and beans. But for this nested if, you have to call the logical condition, which is and or, call it out first. You open a bracket, then you say, okay, what are the two conditions I'm trying to specify? Sales greater than 0, comma, profit greater than 0. All right. Then you close bracket. When you close bracket, you put a comma. See, as I put a comma now, it's now asking, we are done with the logical test. So all these things I've written out, I call logical test, nested if. What is my value if true? Value if true means if eventually sales is greater than 0, profit is also greater than 0. What should I call this? Let's say good. Put it in quotation marks because definitely it has to be in quotation marks. Now it has shifted from value if true to value if false. Now, if eventually that I don't have sales greater than 0, I don't have profits greater than 0, what should we return? False. So we call this, or let me say, opposite of good is bad. That's so bad. Then at the end of the day, you close the bracket again. Such that if those two conditions are met, you see that it's and. You fill it down. We have good, bad. Let's investigate bad. Bad is let's look at row 4. Bad. Why is this guy calling? Why is Excel? Sorry, I'm saying this bad. Why is Excel saying this is bad? He's saying this is bad because imagine having sales of 272.74. I see got a negative profit. So it's bad. Remember that a condition was met, but the second condition was not met, and it's still true or bad. Just look closely at this number 4. Let's change the nested if to or. I won't write it again. I'll just shift this and write or. So I'm saying if this is 0 or this is also greater than 0, return good, else bad. If I press enter and wait, and I fill this down, what's my mouse doing now? And I fill this down, let's investigate row 4 again. You see it. However, it returned good because the sales greater than 0, this is negative less, but so far as one condition is met, it will return the true. That's good. The next nested if you would also see oftentimes is not. Not, how do I explain not? Trying to really break it down. So now we have and we have not. When you use not is when you want to, how do I bring it down? All right, okay, let me put it this way. So not will return true, basically, if the condition is false. And false if the condition is true. So using the same statement we have here. So I'm saying if this is greater than 0 and this is greater than 0, return the opposite. So the ones that were supposed to return good here will return bad. So it's like the inverse. So basically, if I just write the not here and I press enter, it will say too many arguments, blah blah blah. Sorry. Okay. So not only works with, let's say, let me yeah. So you see what happened here. I'm saying if not this is greater than 0, return good. If not, like value if false 0. Value if false bad. You see what happened here. This particular N2, that's I2. I2 this sales. Let me not use I2. Let me use K2. I want to use the profit. Okay. So let's use K2. So what we're saying is if this K2 is greater than 0, see that is actually greater than 0. Was it not supposed to return good? Right? Supposed to return good. But because of this not, it returns the opposite. So I can use this if I want to get, maybe I want to get out let me just say if this is greater than 0, let's return profitable. Profitable. Else return it as, sorry, this as bad. And let's make this profitable. Yes, this is the opposite. So what this is saying is that if it's not greater than 0, if it is not greater than 0 at all, return bad. If it is not greater than 0, return bad. It's like the opposite. It's not like if it is greater than 0, return bad. So if I put this, it shows profitable, and if I fill it down, you see that the ones that are bad are the ones that are actually negative. So you won't really use not so much, but this is how you use not. So in the logical test, the value if true is actually the value is like the inverse. So If not, if K2 is not greater than 0, that's it. You can interpret it as English because we speak English daily. So what it's saying is, if this K2, it is not greater than 0. If it's not greater than 0, then return, if it's not greater than 0, return bad, but and return profitable. So it's just like the inverse. If I was using and, if I was using or, I would need to specify two arguments here. Do you get? That's K2, blah, blah, blah. But not, it's like the inverse, just works with one and value if false, value if true, and all of that. So we can now name this, you can change the column name if you want. Then at the end of the day, that's how you use nested ifs. Because of our time, my system is actually, battery is very low. So I really hope you were able to learn one thing or two. I don't know, for those that, I said it here, we are learning, we are all learning. If you notice, we are also learning. So for those that are pros, I hope you got something. For beginners, I hope you were able to catch up and still understand one thing else. Okay, I'm trying to read. Was there an attendance link shared? All right, let me get the attendance link. Oh, dang. My phone just shut down. Shit. And it's connected to the Wi-Fi. So I'll be back. This is going to turn off, but I'll be back. Just give me 1 minute, please. All right, can you hear me? Thank you guys. We didn't go anywhere. So this is so funny. I didn't know my battery was low. I didn't know at all. So those messages that were posted, the questions all wiped out because I left the call. I had to, just find a way to plug in. So let me get the attendance. Let me get the attendance link so that you guys can feel it. Just stay with me. So if you have any question, just unmute and speak, okay? Just unmute and speak. Then if it's something we can answer without sharing screen, we'll do that.
Okay, my question is actually concerning the pivot table. I asked it on the in call messages. How do you tell or know where a particular category should be placed, either on filters, column? Like, how do you know where to place them?
All right, that's a very beautiful question. Now, in the data well is like when you do your pivot, you see something by the right. Okay, so if you come up with, if you see the like, I'll just share my screen quickly, so you can see my screen, right? Give me a feedback. You can see my screen, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So okay, so if I come here, let me just, I don't need this again. Yes, I'll turn it on field list. So you say, how do you know which to put in rows, values? It's just, okay, whatever you put in your rows appears here. whatever you put in your rows appears here. So it depends on the question you are trying to answer. If you want to see maybe the street from here. For instance, I want to see now the sales by here. I want to see sales each here. I can remove this, bring the here to this place, and I want to see columns should be by month, and the sum of sales should be here. So at the end of the day, you see 2014 what was sold in January because month is in the column. I don't know if you are getting it. So it depends on the question you want to answer. Pivot table is unique. It's how you want your pivot table to be. If you want um as I said, you want to see it by the month, you can even bring the month to the columns, to the rows, so that you see it like this, but you need to start scrolling up and up. You can just bring it here. So it depends on how you want to answer, what you want to answer and how you want to do it. Sometimes you need to filter. You can bring product name to filter. It will appear at the top, such that if I say select multiple items, I want to see maybe all the products made, all the sales made with let's let's come let's unselect all. Let's unselect all.
Mommy,
We can get wait, someone's mic is not muted. Please mute. So do you know trying to see, let's say BlackBerry. I just saw BlackBerry.
please, I have a question.
Please just see, I'm still asking one. I would answer it. So I want all the sales made from BlackBerry. BlackBerry. So you can just search them out. I don't know how to spell BlackBerry again. So you want to see all the sales from BlackBerry Q10 and just search for it. So it just shows you. So that's how you use BlackBerry. Sorry, that's how you use the filter option. So it just depends on the question you want to answer. Sometimes so you just have filters, columns, values, rows. Depends on how you want to do it. If I don't want my year in my rows, I can bring the month and see by the month. You get. So just be dynamic with it. Yeah, someone please ask your question. Ask a question.
I have a question, please.
All right. You go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, based on our complex visualization where we're using map, please, I didn't get where you did not use the pivot table to create the map. Please, I just wanted to recall how you were able to separate your data from the pivot table and getting your map. Thank you.
All right. I think that was Franca. Franca to do that. I think it's happening here. Basically, yeah, this is what I did. I just copied this. You can do Control A. You can do Control A to select the pivot, or you just tap anywhere in your pivot table. Come to Pivot Analyze. Come here and select entire pivot table, whichever one seems stress-free for you. So you copy, Control C.
Your screen isn't showing.
My screen is not showing. Oh, sorry. I thought I was sharing my screen, and nobody told me.
I was trying to tell
All right. So
you.
this is. All right. So this is my screen. Sorry. This is my screen. I was saying basically, yeah, we have this is the stuff here, pivot table. You can do Control A, or you just tap anywhere, come to Pivot Analyze, Analyze, select entire pivot table, Control C, select everything, copy it, come here and do Control V. Did you see it coming with the pivot table? Did you see it?
Yes,
See that this is
yes,
also a pivot table, and we don't
yes,
want that. So you come to
yes.
there's a drop down that will come here, paste options, select it and click on 1, 2, 3, paste values. So this is how you do it.
Okay, thank
Do you get?
you. Yes, I did. Thank
All
you.
right. All right. Any other question before we call? The attendance link is in the comment, in call message area. You can just use it. So any other questions? If not, you can just drop them on the Discord. And
Yeah, my question relates to when saving the CSV.
okay.
Yeah, in the under DataCamp tutorials, when we were given CSV, we imported it using get data. So I did the same, opening the CSV directly and saving it as Excel, or importing it using get data. I did the same, or they have different functionality.
Okay, you're saying sorry, come again. You said
when you open the Excel file, the CSV file you used tonight.
okay.
You open it with Excel. You open it directly, and you now save it as a workbook, as an Excel file.
Yes.
But on that, when we're given a CSV, we didn't open it. We imported that CSV using get data.
Okay, so
Are they the same?
yeah, they are actually the same. If you come here to data, and you come to get data and say
Yes.
from from file. So depends on if what the data you want to import is a text or CSV file, you do it like this. If it's a workbook, you do it like this. So you need to know the format your data is being stored in your folder. So if I click on workbook from workbook, it will only show me workbook files. So when it comes to my folder, it will only show me. So these are the files that are saved as workbook. So depends if you want. You need to know if I'm coming from. If I want to import from PDF, it would show me. It only show if I come to maybe this folder and I try to import. This is an SQL file. This is SQL, and one of the stuff if I say import, for instance, it's going to throw up errors because it's not the same. So it is .sql. So this is it SQL script. So you need to know the format of your data before you import it. But then, if you know you're going to be building a dashboard in the file, please don't save it as CSV. Always save it as a workbook, so that when you share it, it doesn't have errors. Sometimes when we share it and you don't save it as workbook, these things might start, to change. Some other things will just start altering. Do you get?
I get you. But my question is this: if you use that data, it's going to import those data from CSV into an Excel workbook, and when you save it, it's going to save as Excel. But when you open you open the CSV directly without using import. Can we
Okay.
how do we do it like that, or we must import, or what's the difference between the two options?
You can see my screen, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I have this file, desktop. I have let me see. CSV. This you see this Google Play Store data, right?
Yes.
Is in CSV. Let me open it. So if I open the data and you can see it's even telling me possible data loss. Exactly what I was trying to tell you. So some features might be lost if you don't save it as workbook. Like this now, the fact that it's opened in Excel doesn't mean it has changed to Excel workbook. It is still CSV. So if you want to save it as workbook, that's when you now save as. Select where you want to save it, and then you could now say what you want. You see that by default it was already in command delimited. You can now come here and pick workbook and say save. You get that's only when you can save it as Excel workbook. So the fact that I open it as CSV doesn't mean it has changed to Excel workbook. It is still CSV, even though it's still saying Excel here. It is still CSV. You can even do it from here directly, save as. So however you want to do it. Do you understand?
Yeah, I get you. Wait. Let me say it. Let me try and explain again. The way you open it and save it as workbook now to correct the sales so that there won't be error. Is that the right way, or we should just use get data to import? Are they going to give us
Okay. It's the same. It's the same thing. Get
Okay.
data is to get data, for instance. Look at something. Let me show you the importance of get data. I have the Google Play Store data here, right? You see it here. I open a new sheet and I want another data to be here, but I don't want it to be in another workbook. Let me get data. Let me show you what I'm saying. Let's get this data I just worked on now. From file, text, CSV. Let's get Adidas US fields. This is another data set entirely.
Let's use
If I
that
import
same
it,
Google data, Google Play Store
okay,
data.
I can't. I don't want it to replicate, or you want it
Oh,
to be the same. All right. Let's still go with the same one. From file, text, CSV, and I think that was in. Let's go to desktop. You see it. If I come to import, you see it. So if I come, if I would still talk about transforming data, doing data modeling, creating a model, show you that um data transformation. But let me just load it directly. I'll show you all of that later. So if I load it directly, you see it's external data getting data. It just loads it as a table for me. So if you check what is here and what is here, they are the same thing. What is here and what is here, they are the same thing. It's just that I have them on the same workbook, the worksheet, this workbook now. So if I want to import like this, I want to open the file directly. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You can even control A and change the table design. If you don't want all this, blah blah blah, you can change this to this, or you can remove the filter button, it disappears. You can change the table style if you want to like this. So anything you want. Do you get? So this is the same with this. Are you following?
yes.
So it's the same thing. It depends on, but usually just open it and have it. If I want to do another analysis now, I want another sheet, I can just say get data and bring in another different data entirely without opening it from my folder. That's the importance. So,
Okay.
so yeah. Any other
How are
question?
you
Oh,
scrolling from left to right so smoothly?
okay, on my system.
Yes, on the
Okay,
Excel
use
sheet.
alternate. Okay, Excel sheet like how? Okay, from Excel sheet to here.
Yeah, the way there is how you move, like you know how if for example there could be columns from A to Z. The way you do it is smooth. Me, I usually have to go down to that cursor and physically move it. So, but how you move it is smooth. How do you do that?
Is it
Yeah,
like this movement?
yes, this thing.
Okay, you have to go down here and do like this in your
You're
own,
not
Abby.
sharing your screen. Your screen
Okay,
isn't.
okay. No,
Okay,
I'm screen,
okay,
my screen, I'm sharing.
okay,
Do you mean
okay.
I have to go down like this? Like you go
Yeah,
down like
this is
this?
what I have to do when it comes to my own.
Okay.
So how do you do your own?
This is how I do mine. For those, for those that let me laugh first. For those
It's
that
a
want
good
to know,
question.
it's actually very good. Do you have a mouse with you? Do you use a mouse?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. The thing is, you don't need a mouse for it. On your trackpad, once are you with your laptop there?
Okay, I'm like I use that desktop. Okay, so for trackpad, you just use that middle stuff and kind of like finger it,
Like
right?
you don't need your mouse. That's what I'm trying to say. So on your trackpad is that place where you use your thumbprint. Yeah. On that trackpad, you have to use your two fingers. Touch your two fingers. Use your two fingers to touch your trackpad and swipe across. So if for instance I
Okay.
open and see this stuff I
Not
open here.
all
So
laptops have that
without
too.
I'm not using my mouse, but I can scroll up like this without looking coming here is
Yeah,
stressful. Dragging
yeah,
and dropping. So just
I
use
get.
two fingers, dr- drop it on your trackpad and scroll across so you can flexible with it. You can come to
Okay,
Excel and swipe. It's just like you're using your phone, but with two
okay,
fingers.
okay. Noted. Thank you.
No problems. All right. So it's nice, Solomon. Your hands are up. Just go ahead and take you and we'll leave.
Okay. All right.
Solomon,
Good
just
evening, sir.
good evening, Solomon.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your effort and also Mr. Divine and thank you so much. I just wanted to bring to the notice that the data camp, the assignment given to us, if we stop at the assignment and other things, we might not be able to get the 50,000 XP that we are expected to get within 2 months. So I don't know how the management are working on that for us.
All right. So some issues were raised based on that, like the 50,000 XP not being feasible. They're actually trying to work a way around it, how to reduce it. But let me just give you on data camp. If you want to get more points, I don't know why some people have left the call. Probably they won't hear this. If you want to get more points on data camp, keep doing practice. If you do one practice, you get to 50 points. See how sweet that is. And practice questions are just five. If you answer the five, you can get to 50 points. Imagine doing it, and there's no limit. Imagine doing it maybe 10 times a day. So that's 2,500 points per day. Some people know this. Like Choma is doing a tons of life. She knows this. So just follow me on YouTube. So just do practice. Practice, number one, not only will it give you more points, it gives you confident knowledge. Like because as you practice, you are learning it, you are knowing it. So it's just using like one bird to kill two stones. Solomon, this is amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. So don't go and be doing, please, don't go and be doing only practice points. You leave your learning now. Because I know some people here just use that to get a boost. But the 50,000, they are still working on it, trying to see how they can reduce it. But then that's just a tip. I think one more hand is raised. Let me see. Okay, Solomon, you can bring your hands down. Emmanuel, Diashi.
Good evening. Good evening. Hope you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. Good
Hello.
evening. How are you? Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So concerning that self fundamentals, the second course, I don't know. The file is not just opening on my. It's not just opening on my this thing. Though I've extracted, like you extract this kind of thing now, but it's still not working. I can't just do anything to it. So, is there a solution? I've also deleted, downloaded. Like I can't just do anything. So I don't know if there's a suggestion.
Okay. Let's see. In your Excel fundamentals, that's which course is it? Data viz or data prep? Data
The
preparation.
second course I've forgotten in the this
Let's
thing. I've
do this.
forgotten.
Is it data visualization? Let's
Data
assume it's
preparation.
data visualization. Data preparation, right?
Yeah, that should be the second.
All right, but whichever, if you're having
I don't
issues,
know. I
sometimes,
don't know. Yeah, I forgot.
right?
Just
Okay, no
second
problem.
course in there.
Okay, sometimes if you're having issues, maybe getting it, sometimes if from my workbook here, if I want to open this, sometimes it might not open because there's a way, I don't know, maybe it's compressed. If you take it away from the compression folder, it might work. But if it doesn't work, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. Come to Excel, just open a blank workbook. Just like you're opening Excel maybe, something like this. Open a blank workbook. Then use the other method that me and what's his other name? Got him. What's your name? The last guy that I was talking about.
Jamie.
Jamie. Okay. So you can now extract it manually to avoid Excel errors. So from text CSV, like what I'm doing here, then you come to desktop where your data is. Let's see data views with this exercise and data sets, workbooks. Okay, they are workbooks. So
Honestly, no, I'm not seeing
let
your
me,
screen. I don't know whether it's network. I don't know whether it's network issue.
I'll just send you a message later. I think it's network, but for others that would, get the same
Oh,
error,
okay.
just come to
Can I be- can I do Excel on my phone rather than stressing on this? Like, let me just move forward. Just do it on my phone and do Excel on phone.
Excel on phone. I don't think so. There's
Yeah.
some features that are not showing that would not be available for you. But then,
So it must be system.
uh, yes. If you can see my screen,
Okay.
if you cannot, you reach out to me later on. I'll work around it. But you can extract. What I'm trying to say is for those seeing my screen, you will just extract it manually yourself, as opposed to opening it from your workbook. So If I say, okay, this is the workbook you're trying to open, it's not opening, so you just import it. So once you import it like this, so it's a workbook, and these are the sheets in the workbook. Tap on this, hold down, you can even tap on the whole folder. Really load. Okay, you can load the whole folder such that you have you have um this sheet there. Then I think from here you can even start bringing it down. Not really gone around something like this before. Let me just see. But you can just extract it normally. It's not supposed to have issues on your end. But maybe because of your Microsoft your version, probably you try updating it. If you update it, it should actually work. Let me see this. It should actually work. So from this you can just select, do it one by one. Regional sales by region, you load, then you keep doing it like that. But it will stress you. So what you just do is try checking out your Microsoft format. You get. All right. So thank you everyone. Sorry, it took 29 minutes extra. I even have other functions that I needed to, or I need to go and address. So we'll see you. I'll see you next week. Although I might not be the one handling next week. I should not be. It's going to be Mr. Divine. So we'll see you when I see you. But if you have any message or any question, just put on the Discord channel. You can tag me. You know my name. Just tag me on Discord or attendance link. Ha, share it since. Let me paste for you again. Please, find your attendance link. I'm sending it again. All right. So if you learned one or two things from here, just give me a thumbs up and I'll see you. See you later. See you. Have a wonderful learning experience at DataCamp and AI community. Welcome. You're welcome. Let me just type it. You're welcome. So you can leave the call if you have signed the attendance. See you next week or next 2 weeks. Or see you. Definitely see you. You'll be seeing and hearing my voice for the next 2 months. So yeah, take care. Have a great weekend. you.